did you guys all see the tense and emotional testimony yesterday at the Derek Chauvin trial? One of the witnesses who testified was this man, Charles McMillan. He was driving by the scene when he saw what was happening to George Floyd. He also broke down on the stand. Take a look.
Well, once police get the cops on you, you can't win. So I'm trying to tell them, just cooperate with them. Get up if you can, get in the car, go with them. You can win. Oh my God. I feel helpless. I don't have a mama either. I understand him. My mom died June 25th.
Another person to testify was a cashier at the store who said he was the one who took the counterfeit bill from George Floyd. Here's what he said about that decision.
What was going through your mind during that time period?
Disbelief and guilt.
Okay. Why guilt?
If I would have just not taken the bill, this could have been avoided.
Also, we got to see body cam footage from Derek Chauvin after George Floyd was taken away in an ambulance. He's confronted by a witness who had issues with how he was kneeling on Floyd's neck. Here's Chauvin's response.
Guys, the fire department, if they're still with you, they need to go to 36 Fifth Park.
That's one person's opinion. Going to control this guy because he's a sizable guy. Looks like he's probably on something.
So what do you think of all this testimony and hearing Derek Chauvin on his body cam footage, Al?
I mean, this is, you know, when we start talking about police officers and just police reform, people have a side, Jeff, and they just jump to that side and they say, this is my side, and if you're not on this side, you're anti. This is the reason that it's so important that we talk about police reform, that we talk about making sure that when we give people the power that we give police officers, it is taken and given to the right person. Think about the fallout from his actions. That gentleman, the store clerk, the young woman that videotaped it, the bystanders, his family, the ripple effects, because we put one wrong person in the wrong position. The ripple effects are so great, no different than if you did it with a pilot and all the lives lost. That's why we vet these people. It's not about like, I'm on the side of pilot, so don't question if he's been drinking. It's like, no, this is why.
Yeah, you took the words out of my mouth. I was going to say the ripple effect that it has on all these people, starting with the 9-year-old girl who had to testify yesterday, right? We see these people on the stand. We see, I think it's good for people to see how it affects other people from the actions of one person. And when you said this label culture we're in, Al, how everyone just jumps to one side, whether it's defending them blindly or not, we're in a bad place, and it's because of us that we're here, because of social media that we're here. We put labels on people to make ourselves right in an argument. No, all police are bad. No, all these people are bad. No, all this is bad. These are the problems with labels that we put on people. But going back to the trial, I'm glad we're seeing these people. It's heart-wrenching, but I'm glad we're seeing it.
Erica?
Yeah, I watched yesterday, and like it's really emotional, because we look at those witnesses, the older gentleman who was a witness, the clerk, the young woman who was a teenager and filmed this entire thing, and we look at them like they're the totality, but the totality is really that they represent one of us, like, who are watching and are invested in the story, that are invested in what the outcome is going to be. When George Floyd was murdered and I called my father, he couldn't even speak to me. Like, he couldn't even speak to me. So when I see that first witness and I see that man, I see an older black man in America who is saying, when is enough going to be enough? Like, even in 2020, this is still happening to us. I see my father being from Red Springs, North Carolina, and, you know, living in all of these truths of racism and Jim Crow and segregation and picking cotton for hours at a time and getting $1.20 for, you know, per pound or whatever it was. Like, there is so much that this man is carrying that other people are carrying, and we're looking at this trial saying, if this man is not convicted and if we don't stop acting like this is George Floyd's trial, then what has really changed? Like, all of the black boxes, all of the marches, all of the things could really feel like they're in vain right now. So the importance of this case is so important. I mean, it's going to validate so much or tell us what we already know.
Wow.
Erica, I think it's going to decide whether we have a society or not. I think it's that simple. We are deciding as a people, as a collective, white, black, everybody under the sun, do we have a society or not? Can that happen in your society or can't it? The answer will be simple when we get the result.
Really powerful conversation. And thank you for sharing that personal story, Erica.